Baby, I wanna do all of the things your man won't do. I'll do them for you. But Joe was actually a dirty guy, bro. That's very dirty macking. Oh my gosh. Dumalambo maseve this week. We are in the Volvo EX30, an all-electric Volvo, and I can't wait to tell you about it. So yeah, stay tuned. We are going to have a conversation. If you are new to the channel, welcome. I hope you stay. Please do hit the subscribe button. And if you're an upstanding member of the Maseve Society, thank you so much. You guys know the drill. Please watch the ads because Kulavega Gucci and all that jazz. So now let's get started on the Volvo EX30. Alrighty guys, so now let's get into the exterior of the Volvo EX30. So this color is dubbed as ultra moss yellow, and I think this is actually a very stunning color, very neon, very bright, like Quirky pen, like highlighter kind of yellow. Very stunning to look at on the front. Obviously the grille is blacked out because it is an EV. You also have the signature Thor's Hammers headlamps, which I like that they put it onto this vehicle as well. You know, very much a signature from Volvo. You have these nice wheels that it's sitting on. Really looks the part, looks very pretty. Blacked out side mirrors, you know. On the rear, you have this really cool, like, building block Tetris kind of thing, like, you know, Lego kind of vibes on the rear taillights. Also have the Volvo badging over the boot lid. And I think on the exterior, for me, it's a very attractive little thing. Looks a bit different from the EX40. No, not EX40, man. XC40. The naming convention stuff, Volvo and Mazda, confused me sometimes. So there's also the XC40, which we did review last year. Also has a blacked out grille. And I feel like the XC40 looks a bit more like an SUV as opposed to this one. This one looks like a jacked up hatchback. It's like they took a Volvo hatchback and just raised it up a bit. But I think on the exterior, it's an absolutely stunning car. It's highly attractive. Really, really pretty. Very little to fault. So for me, 10 out of 10. Really kind of liking this glass roof vibe that they have going on, where it doesn't even have a cover. So that's something that's quite new. Takes a bit of getting used to when it comes to Volvos. However, I think on the exterior, it is stunning. So now, moving on to the interior, that's where things get very, very interesting in the Volvo EX30. So being true to EV nature and going green and obviously conserving the environment, and this car being an electric vehicle, they have used recycled material all across the cabin, which is quite cool. As you guys can see, the seats also have a bit of a a denim bogart material. You know, I'm so used to saying leather because conventional cars use leather. And I think it looks really quite nice with the gray, you know, the yellow and the gray, the contrast. It's actually very, very pretty. And yeah, ergonomically, I think very, very nice car. I mean, in terms of also the recycled materials that they used in here, I think that's a very good touch. When you move on to other aspects of this car, I think you guys have noticed that there's no instrument cluster. So for you to see your speed, you have to use this infotainment system screen. So there's no instrument cluster in front of you. However, you do have a camera that monitors your movement. So when you're a bit too distracted, it beeps and bongs. And I think you guys have picked that up, that it happens in other, those manufacturers, you know, and the more Chinese cars. So they've also incorporated it in here. You do, however, have a multifunction steering wheel, which is quite a nice touch. So at least, you know, there's some sort of functionality in terms of buttons on the interior. You have this infotainment system screen that has Apple CarPlay and Android Auto connectivity, and everything is in here. I think it uses a Google operating system, if I'm not mistaken, and I think it looks really quite cool. I love how they have the satellite aerial view of the city. I think it just looks really nice. Very minimalist, very nicely well laid out interior. You also have retractable cup holders, so you can decide if you want one cup or two cups, which I find to be nice. You operate the windows on the buttons up here, and you can lock and unlock the car here by the center console, which I think, once again, very nice car. You have a wireless charging bay over here, and you also have two USB-C ports in the bottom. Also have a router for Wi-Fi. So they did explain to me that this vehicle is equipped with Wi-Fi, which is quite nice. So yeah, if you want to hotspot your friends, yeah, holale router cam. Yeah. I wonder if anyone has ever taken these things. Okay, no, I'm just talking. You have a Harman Kardon soundbar. There are no other speakers around. It's just the soundbar up in front, which I find to be, that is actually quite innovative, guys. That is clever. This is actually quite dope. So yeah, interior, 10 out of 10. So now it's time for us to go and drive the EX30. Let me show you the key before we go. So this is the key, right? I'll show you how you lock and unlock. This is the key of the vehicle. So for you to lock and unlock the car, there's no button, guys. It's just this little plastic block nyana thing. For you to lock and unlock the car, you need to put it by the driver's door. You need to put it by the driver's door. And secondly, this car does not have an off button. So the moment you approach it, it just opens. It's always on. It is always, there's no button to say start, stop, no. All you need to do is just put your foot on the brake and then it parks and then it's off. When you leave the car, you just lock and the car's off. Anyway, let's get into the drive, but this is the key, guys. This is the key, but I'll show you the key. Hurry. So you see, ready. I just put the car in reverse. I'm reversing. I got press all the button one. Got reverse and Jane one man. We are reversing. That's it. Very nice rear view camera. So what is powering the Volvo EX30? So the EX30 is an EV. I'll always reiterate this so that you guys are sure this is an electric vehicle. And it uses 2 electric motors that produce 315 kilowatts and 563 Newton meters of torque. There is no gearbox because it's an EV. But I'm just like, Oaks, that is actually one of the most powerful outputs I've ever experienced. And apparently this is the most powerful car in the country for under R1 million. So we'll get into the pricing later, but I'm just giving you guys fun facts. And to be quite honest, this thing accelerates. Man, there are EVs, but Volvo knocked it out the park with this one. The acceleration on this thing, oh my gosh. You'll get to work in 2 minutes, I'm telling you. Even if you work from Rustenburg to Pretoria North, I'm telling you, if you drive an EX30, you'll get to work in 2 minutes. I'm joking. But the acceleration in this car is prompt. Apparently, this car does about 0 to 100 in 3.6 seconds. And I was just like, when I put my foot down, I just saw that speedometer going up. And I'm like, whoa, this is going a little bit too fast for me. Because if we put it into perspective, 315 kilowatts is already performance car territory. That's like your RS3s. That's your maybe M3, if I'm not mistaken. That's your 340s. That is your, I don't know. I don't even think Golf R does. I think Golf R does 221 or is that the GTI? But that is crazy power outputs, guys. For an EV of this size, that is abysmal. So in terms of a drive and acceleration, I love it. The noise insulation in this car, absolutely stunning. Even when you're driving, you don't feel much of what's going on the road. So the noise insulation is quite good. It is a very comfortable drive as well, a very responsive drive as well. So I'm highly impressed with the way this car drives. And I'm just like, Oaks, wow. When it comes to EVs, guys, you know who my best players are? My starting 11 when it comes to EVs, BMW and Volvo. They get it right almost all the time. And I think this is actually a very stunning product. Like, the drive, guys. Oh, the acceleration in here is crazy. And I think EVs are also a bit of a cheat code because they're not combustion, just battery packs. But no, man, I enjoyed this one a lot. When you think of rivals, you're looking at cars like the BMW iX1. You are looking at the GWM Aura. You are looking at, I would say, XC40 twin motor. But that's its sibling, So you're looking at cars, the EQA, Mercedes-Benz EQA. So there's quite a lot of EVs in the segment. But for me, this stands out. Driving-wise, I think it's absolutely stunning. And it's really a car that I would personally be able to live with. So 10 out of 10 on driving. Now let's get into the pricing and what I don't like about this car. Right, so let's start with what I don't like. The only thing I don't like is the fact that there's no instrument cluster. It's just a new experience for me, whether there's no instrument cluster. But that's literally the only thing I don't like. And when it comes to pricing, I think the vehicle range starts at around 800,000 Rand. And for this specific unit, you're looking at paying just over 1 million Rand. right? And obviously you guys can say, yo, Reba, it's so expensive. I get that. I really do get that. However, EVs incur a lot of taxes when they come into the country. So I think they have like a surcharge of 45% on the original price. So I think if that tax didn't exist, this car would be around 600,000 Rand. So it's unfortunate that EVs in South Africa carry such a heavy tax. But for R1,000,000, I think this is a very innovative car. And I think that this car kind of works. So I'm not too mad at the pricing. That's just now time for the verdict, Maseve. What does Reba think of the Volvo EX30? Look, first things first, I think Volvo knows how to make a very good EV. Reason being, they keep the familiarity of their cars. In terms of exterior design, they don't overdo the exterior design. It's a very simple, very palatable. They obviously do some changes to make it distinct and make it look like an EV, but it's actually very, very, very nice exterior looks. I mean, this car is just testament to that. Driving perspective, Volvo EVs for me are just up there. They are really, really, really good. I haven't had any negative reviews about this car, and I think that it speaks for itself. It's a very good little car, you know. I would definitely say that I wouldn't really market this as a family car. I think it's good for you, Mutomoani, you know, if you have a partner, sure, because it is quite small. So I think a fully fledged family, like 2 kids and up, it would be a bit of a tight fit. However, I don't think it's impossible. So, but I wouldn't really market it as a family car. I think it would be a really good car for the school run, for going to work, doing things like that. And yeah, you know. So let's get into the range of this vehicle. Volvo claims 460 kilometers of range on a full charge. However, this vehicle it was on 85% because obviously they drove around to drop it off, and the full range was about 335. And with all the reviews I've watched and whatever, apparently the 460 kilometer range is a bit far-fetched. You're getting max of about 350, 380. But I think also that range is a bit far-fetched because this car is very powerful. It's very, very powerful. So I can agree, Horai, on a full charge, I don't think you'll get even 400 kilometers of range. But I think that's fine. That is decent. That's quite healthy for inner city commutes when you're going to the shops and doing stuff like that. You know, it would be a nice city slicker. So I definitely would say that the car's fine for that. So my ultimate verdict on the Volvo EX30, Volvo did very well on it. It's a beautiful looking car. It's the car that we need in the market. It's a nice little alternative from other bigger manufacturers and other bigger EVs in this market. So I'm very impressed with the Volvo EX30. Full verdict for me, 9 out of 10, man. It really, really is a 9 out of 10. And that is it from me, Maseve. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Let me know what you guys think of the Volvo EX30 twin motor finished in Ultra Moss. Would you buy this car? Would you go lower on the range? Or which EV or which car in general would you get for R1,000,000? Actually, for the sake of this video, let's say which electric vehicle would you get for R1,000,000? I've mentioned some of its rivals, so obviously we can just have a conversation in the comment section. So yeah, guys, that is it from me. You guys know, Namiranza Ngofu, love, I love you guys. Ndianifuna ngamanda, Ndianitanda, you know. Had yogurt only this morning. Haven't had coffee. I need to get my dose of caffeine. Mara ngar kuira rooibos. I think rooibos 5 roses. Ngar kuira 5 roses kabrot. Yeah, 5 roses. Yeah, melek. Guys, I don't understand. How do you guys drink Joko? I'm sorry to be dropping brands, but like, not Joko is strong, Joe. Yo, and my sister loves Joko. I can't do yo, guys. Joko ya how ibu bebe Joko ya how. Hi guys. All right, guys. Let me love and leave you. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.